Hey, Nick Mophie from Digital Trends here. If you're like a lot of iPhone users, you have a problem with your iPhone being perpetually dead because the battery does not last very long, especially as your iPhone gets further into its life and the battery begins to wear down a little bit. This little guy, which is to say not the phone but the pack surrounding it, is the Mophie Juice Pack Air, which purports to solve this problem by nearly doubling your iPhone's battery life. Does it actually do it? Let's take a look. So does the Mophie Juice Pack Air actually double the life of your iPhone battery? Pretty much. The marketing claim actually is pretty true. In our testing, when you get down to the red area on the iPhone, just about a quarter charge, if you actually kick this thing in, it'll just about top your iPhone battery off, which is great because you're pretty much extending the useful life of your battery because most people don't really like to run it dead anyway. Another really cool feature of this, it actually has an LED battery life indicator on the back. So you just go ahead and press that one button. There's 4 LEDs here and they'll light up in blue, either 1 or 4 of them, to tell you how much charge you actually have on the Mophie pack. There's also a switch on the bottom that'll let you determine if you want this thing to be charging or not. You can completely deactivate it if you don't want it to be charging your phone, or you can turn it on so that it's constantly sort of trickle charging your phone. Another great thing about the Juice Pack Air is that it actually wraps completely around the phone. Some battery extension cases only cover the bottom of your phone where they actually plug in, which is really not great because, yeah, it works as a battery pack, but if you drop it, you don't have full protection. The top of your phone is exposed. The Mophie Juice Pack Air is not like that, so it actually gives you decent protection all the way around. And if you look, it's reasonably slim compared to some of the alternatives out there. So there were a few things we didn't like about the Mophie Juice Pack Air. The number one is probably this micro SD charging cable you have to use with it. Obviously, it's different from the Apple charging cable, so you have to carry 2 if you want to actually charge them separately. You don't have to. It works as a pass-through, so you can charge the phone and the case at the same time. But the thing we really didn't like about it was the fact that the jack on here just kind of feels chintzy. It does not really feel very solid. It kind of takes a lot of wiggling to get the cable in there. And we've actually met more than one person that has managed to break off the jack in there. So it seems chintzy, and from anecdotal evidence, it pretty much is. So that's not a great thing, especially for an $80 case. The other complaint, which, there's really no way to work around this, but we have to mention it, it does add quite a bit of bulk to your phone. There's a full battery in there. So, if you're used to a very slender phone that fits comfortably in your pocket, unfortunately, the Mophie Juice Pack Air does add quite a bit of bulk. So is the Mophie Juice Pack Air worth $80? In our opinion, yes, absolutely. If you're the type of user that actually needs to extend the iPhone battery life past what it can deliver, which is, in our experience, about a day for most people after you begin to wear it down a little bit, the Mophie Juice Pack Air is definitely a great solution. I've personally taken this to a lot of trade shows like CES, where I rely on my phone throughout the day without getting a chance to charge it. And the Juice Pack Air has definitely pulled me through some scenarios where I would have had to stop and charge my phone if I didn't have it. To me, that's definitely worth $80. Personally, I don't like to carry this when I don't have the need to actually charge because, as I mentioned, it adds quite a bit of weight to the phone. But for some people, the trade-off is definitely worth it all the time, and if not, you have it as a backup.